Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over how to install the Clarifi connector application on a Chromebook, which I'm currently on. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and we can get started. All right, share full screen. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we actually need to set up the Chromebook to make use of something called the Linux development environment. In order to run our application, you actually need to create a small virtual machine to run it the same way that we run it on a Mac or a Windows. That's built into the Chromebook because Google's smart enough to know that users are going to want to use not pure web apps. So with that, if you don't see settings right at the top here, then you're just going to search for settings. And we're going to hit enter, and that's going to open it up. And we're doing this first because it takes a few minutes to get installed. So we'll get this started, and then we'll download the application installer and go from there. So from in here, we're going to just search for Linux. That's Linux, and we can just hit enter. And you'll see this developers section, Linux development environment. We have an option to turn it on. And then we're just going to walk through a couple of steps to get this rolling. Okay, so like I said, this is a small virtual machine, so it does ask you for a username and then how much space you want to give it to run applications and files and things. I'm going to stick with the recommended 10 gigabytes. You can change this after the fact, or you can enter something now in the custom area. I would not go below 5 at the moment. So I'm going to stick to 10, and then, like it said, it's going to take a few minutes. So while it's doing that, we're going to go over to the connectors folder in the drive, and I'm actually going to grab the link here and put it into the chat so it's in this Zoom recording. Okay, Control V. So now it's embedded in the recording. I'm going to close the chat and then go back here. And so we're going to select the Linux parentheses Chromebook folder in here, and we're actually going to download this .deb file. That's going to be our installer. That's going to install it straight onto that Linux instance that we are currently having load. So on my Chromebook, I have to click with 2 fingers. You might be able to get this list doing a right-click action. So I'm going to download. It's going to say scanning for viruses. It's a large file, so it may be too big to fully scan, in which case we would get a warning. In that instance, we did not. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So we're going to say download anyway because we trust what we've built. And just let that go. And now the penguin is sort of like the animal for Linux. So I'm going to go back over here to see where we are with that. And it is still loading, as you can see. So we're just going to wait now for this to be finished. And we're going to see a black called a terminal window pop up once this is done installing. So we're just going to wait a little bit patiently here and go from there. Okay. All right. So now it's initializing. So this is telling us that Linux is running. We don't need to do anything with this application. We just expected it to launch on successful install. So we can close this here. And now we're going to go to our files. So if it's not present at the bottom bar here, you can find it in your menu. And again, we're just going to search for files, hit enter, and that's going to open it up. And then on the left-hand side, we have downloads. You might have some other folders, but something that will be new is the Linux files. So we are going to right-click or two-click the file. I'm going to cut it and move it to the Linux files folder. And so that's cut and paste. Says it's going to take about a minute to move over here. Looks like it keeps going up, so it might be a couple minutes. I'm actually going to stop that then. I'm going to try one more time. Now I'm doing Control X to cut and Control V to paste. Okay. Yeah, so that was just a little bit funky, I think, just because we just got the Linux instance up and running. So it's just kind of figuring its own self out. All right. Okay. So now that it's complete, all that we have to do is double click this thing to install our files. So just give it a moment to load up. And then we'll be able to click the install button down here. So this is all looking right. So let's click install, installation in progress. So this is going to take a couple minutes itself. So we're just going to let it go. And then it will appear in our applications window, similar to any of our other applications that we have installed on our Chromebook. I'm just going to click OK because that's just telling me that it started installation, and we can see the progress in the bottom left here. All right. Almost done. All right, installation complete. So we can click launch there, but I do want to show you that it would now be showing up in your applications. It's called Clarifi Connector. So if you start searching, if you ever can't find it and you just start searching for Clarifi, it's going to come up here. And we're going to launch. And it might be a tad slow just being the first time that it's launching. Okay. So now it's launched and it's in kiosk mode, which means that you're generally blocked out of things. If you do have to get out, Chromebook does allow the menu bar to pop up. And so if you forget your password or anything like that, you can minimize out of that. I'm gonna now close it, but it will be in this menu for you to use moving forward. And that's all you have to do to install it. All right, thank you very much.